The highly anticipated matchup between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills is just a few days away, so we're here to break down a few key matchups to look out for. I'm Sierra Goodwill, here with Evan Lazar and Alex Barth. Evan, we'll start with you. Who are you looking to see a good matchup between?
Well, I'm really excited to see Bills rookie Ed Oliver. I'm a big fan of Ed Oliver, as I'm sure many people were in the draft, and he kind of fell to Buffalo. I think they got lucky that he fell all the way down there. I think it was the number 9 pick overall. They were able to pick up Ed Oliver, so I'm going Ed Oliver versus Shaq Mason, the Patriots Pro Bowl right guard. That's been a matchup. Ed Oliver's been lining up over the right guard a lot lately. That's kind of been where they've put him in the defense. He already has 10 quarterback pressures and a sack in 3 games as a rookie. It's pretty impressive. He uses his power. He also has very good quickness on the inside. So those two things I think are going to give the Patriots some problems, and we know how Tom Brady does against interior pressure specifically. Guys like Jerry Hughes and Lorenzo Alexander, they come off the edge. Brady can just step up and let those guys fly by, but the interior pressure has often given the Patriots problems when they rush 4, drop 7, and go with that strategy.
And that's something I think Bill Belichick's very aware of. On Wednesday, kind of his beginning of the week press conference, we talked about the Bills. Ed Oliver was the first player he mentioned. He got right to that, so I think that's a good matchup. I think that's somebody they'll be keyed in on.
Yeah, I know, Alex, you're looking at more of 2 different positional groups overall. What are you looking out for?
And of course, I kind of have to take the unusual answer.
Unconventional,
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Bills' speed, specifically with their wide receivers against the Patriots' safeties. Bill Belichick spoke to us about it on Friday. The routes where the wide receiver starts on one side of the field, comes across to the other. Not everybody can do that because not everybody can get across the field in the time it takes for the quarterback to get rid of the ball. The Bills have a number of guys who can do that, key among them being John Brown. So it's really going to be up to the safeties on the back end when they go into that cover 2, when those guys have those back end zones, to keep the whole play in front of them, keep track of those guys as they come across the hash marks across the field. Because if not, as Bill Belichick said, those are very dangerous plays. Those are plays that are drawn to be big hitters. The Patriots got to make sure they keep track of that speed on the field when it's out there, so that they're not letting anything get behind them.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot with the Patriots offense, but Josh McDaniels and Brian Daboll, both cut from the same cloth, and they love to create what's called bubbles, right? They call them bubbles. Bubbles is space in the secondary where they can just have their fast guys like John Brown, or for the Patriots like a Philip Dorsett, just run into a vacated area of the field, and you got one-on-one coverage, whether it's man or zone, and you just got a guy that has 40 yards of space just to run into, and that's when those routes get really dangerous. And John Brown or Robert Foster, those two guys are both absolute burners.
We've talked a lot about Josh Allen leading up to this game. We did a whole video on him yesterday. You can check it out on the CLNS Media YouTube page. But he's a really elusive quarterback. He likes to move. He's a bigger guy, hard to bring down. So I think one really intriguing matchup is the Patriots' pass rush and how they'll be able to affect Josh Allen.
Yeah, they did a couple of different things last year. Went back and watched that Week 16 game a year ago. And Josh Allen is a much improved quarterback since then, especially from the pocket. But the one thing that they did last year was that they really did a lot of rushing where they actually walled off his arm side. So they weren't going to let him escape to his right. But they invited it a little bit to let him go out to the left and scramble, and they would play zone behind it, or they would spy him in man coverage with the defensive back like Devin McCourty. I think this year it might actually be more Jamie Collins in that spy role potentially, but either way, sometimes they actually want Allen to go out and run around because it's easier to stop him scrambling than it is to stop him from throwing a 50-yard bomb down the field to John Brown like we just talked to, and B, he's also a little bit more mistake prone when he gets out on the move. He has 5 turnover-worthy plays this year already outside the pocket, trying to make extravagant throws like he's Patrick Mahomes all the way down the field. So I think those are some of the plays that they might actually try to force Josh Allen into making.
And just to expand on that a little bit, sacks aren't necessarily the big thing this week for the Patriots. It's just keeping track of Josh Allen, keeping him contained when they want to keep him contained, when he gets out of the pocket, keeping an eye on him, make sure he doesn't have running lanes. Because like you said, Evan, he'll make mistakes. He'll turn the ball over if you let him do what he's going to do. If they get overly aggressive, they're trying too hard for sacks, and they break contain and he can run around, that's where he's going to be dangerous. So it's up to the Patriots' defensive front. I'm looking at a veteran like Michael Bennett, if we want to put a specific name on this. I know some people have said he struggled. He doesn't necessarily need to pile up the sacks this week, But if he can keep an edge on Josh Allen, keep him in the pocket when he needs to be in the pocket, and keep him contained when he moves outside of the pocket, that's going to go a huge way in helping this Patriots defense.
This FOXBORO report is brought to you by our exclusive sports betting partners at betonline.ag. Head to their website, enter promo code CLNS50 to receive your welcome bonus. For all the rest of our Patriots content leading up to this game,